Hello, beautiful souls, and happy Twin Flame Tuesday. I hope everybody is doing super well today. I apologise for the noise, you guys. I have a fan running because it's about 32 degrees centigrade right now in this room, and the sweat is just pouring off of me. There have been times where it's been warm and I've been running a fan and I've turned it off just whilst I record. But I'm sorry, that's just not an option today. I don't want to die halfway through this reading, so hopefully we can just kind of tune it out, and hopefully it's not interfering too much with me talking. So, with that being said, let's just get on with the reading, shall we? So, the Twin Flame Collective. So, the way we do these readings, for those of you who are new, we're going to be looking at the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine energies. For the collective, we're going to be looking at the heart space, mental space, and the physical space for both of these divine energies. And it's entirely up to you how you want to interpret this reading. I know that many of you will be watching this reading because you want to know what your twin is up to and will union happen. I get the feeling that many of you are in separation and you want union. The thing is, you'll hear me say this in every single Twin Flame Tuesday reading. And I'll probably say it again later, that if you want union in the physical, you need to unite the masculine and feminine energies within yourself first, because the twin flame dynamic, the way it works, is your twin is a reflection of yourself, and these energies are reflected outside of you. So if you're in separation right now in the physical between, yourself and your twin, this is because there is a separation between the divine masculine and divine feminine energies within yourself. It's a reflection, and that reflection goes both ways. So if you want union, you need to unite the masculine and the feminine energies within oneself first. So when we do these readings every week, we're looking at the divine masculine, divine feminine energies. Just that's it, full stop. So you can look at it one of two ways, or both ways. You can look at it as being the divine masculine and divine feminine energies within yourself, and you can also look at it as being the divine masculine and divine feminine energies outside of yourself, i.e. between yourself and your twin. So with that being said, let's crack on. So as we are all, I'm sure, very aware now that the masculine collective is leading the feminine collective, so we're going to start with the masculine collective. We always look at the masculine collective first. So let's see what the masculine's got going on in his heart space. We've been seeing him stepping up to the plate and leading and being very comfortable with that. So we have more of the same. We have beautiful Leo energy here, summer solstice radiance. So yeah, he is absolutely firmly in the leadership role. He has abundance, joy, a very social energy in his heart. He is the lion. He is well and truly the lion. He is leading his pride with ease. He's relaxed. He's happy. Just the most beautiful, abundant energy right there to have in heart space, honestly. So let's dip into another deck and see what else we have in there. Okay, we have Star Ancestors, Hidden Secrets, Lost Wisdom, Look a Little Deeper. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. Now that he really knows himself, now I know I say this every week, but I'll say it again, if you haven't seen the last, say, 2 weeks worth of Twin Flame Tuesday readings, then go and watch them. It will shed so much light on why we're reading this stuff now. And it will make more sense because I'm not going to repeat, previous readings and things. So what I will say is this makes sense, right? That the masculine is looking a little deeper because we've been watching him week on week, finding himself and becoming more confident in himself. So if you want more information on that, then by all means go and watch the other two maybe pause this reading, go and watch the previous readings for the last 2 weeks, and then come back to this one. It'll make a lot more sense. So I'm going to assume that you guys have done that. Welcome back. So this lost wisdom, and look a little deeper, right? It's lost wisdom. It's not new wisdom, right? It's wisdom that's always been there, that the divine masculine has not acknowledged or noticed. He's not been aware of it being there, right? We carry DNA light codes in our whole bodies, but more predominantly in our heart space. We receive these light codes all the time, but again, more predominantly during the monthly portals, the 1st of January, 2nd of February, 3rd of March, 4/4, 5/5, 6/6, etc. This is where we receive the codes through solar plexus and through heart, and they unfold through those two chakras predominantly. So the masculine, we're seeing the masculine collective digging deep into the heart space and unfolding those light codes on a more conscious level. Light codes do all kinds of things. They reactivate or activate for some for the first time this hidden wisdom, right, that we're already carrying. Just certain things need to happen. The atmosphere, the energy has to be just right for it to unlock and for us to be able to access that information. Most of it's on a subconscious level, but if you're really in tune with yourself, then it will be conscious. If you're meditating every day, it will definitely be conscious. So we're seeing the masculine really digging deep into his heart space and really finding himself. And it's in abundance, right? Because we're seeing this Leo card here. It's interesting as well that what's depicted on the card here is Orion's belt and the Great Pyramids. There is so much I can say about this, which I'm gonna skirt it because otherwise we'll be here all day. So the pyramids are aligned with the stars. How to skirt it even without going deeper into it? You know what? I'm not going to. Right? I'm not even going to touch it because honestly, I'll tune into Mystical Monday on Twitch, and I'll talk about this stuff. Ask me about it on Twitch, right? Because we'll have the time to actually sit and really dig into this stuff. We don't really have the time to do that here in the reading. So I'm just going to point out, there's the pyramids, there's Orion's belt, the 3 stars of Orion's belt. We're seeing the stars aligned, the star ancestors. Ask me on Twitch, okay? Links in the description below if you haven't joined us for Mystical Mondays on Twitch already. But it's a lot of fun, and we talk about this kind of stuff, and we dig into spiritual stuff, really dig into it and talk about it for hours on end. And you can ask me live questions. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, so let's move on then. So the divine masculine, we're seeing him digging in to his deeper self. There's a lot of abundance and joy within his heart space, and this is where he, the heart space is the emotional center, so this is how he really feels. This is less so what he thinks and what he does. This is how he feels. So he's feeling more in touch, he's feeling more joyful, he's feeling deeply settled and happy within himself. Great news. So we have the High Lady of Love and Compassion, reverence, kindness, consideration. We also have card number 1. Interesting, not interesting, right? Or interesting, not surprising. Card number 1. 1 is the divine number for self, for new beginnings. So the High Lady of Love and Compassion, we're seeing the High Lady, even though we're looking at the Divine Masculine right now. Obviously, the Divine Masculine as a male, let's not get hung up on pronouns and things here, right? I'm not meaning to upset anybody. Obviously, you can have a female body and still reside in Divine Masculine energy. But the truth is, you have both. It doesn't matter what the body is. I'm just going to be using certain pronouns. I don't want people to get hung up on that too much because I'm using it all very loosely. But the reason I'm using certain pronouns is because they're the pronouns that I am comfortable with. I'm a female and I am she, her. And my twin is he, him. So, and it resides in a male body. These are the pronouns that I'm comfortable with. I don't want anyone to get triggered by it. I don't mean any harm by it. It's just what I'm comfortable with. You use what you're comfortable with. Interpret this however you like. Unfortunately, I need to use some kind of label, otherwise we have no idea what I'm even talking about. So these are the pronouns I'm going to use. So despite the fact, right, loosely, that we're talking about the Divine Masculine here, we're seeing the High Lady, and this is because the female or Divine Feminine energy is very gentle, it's graceful, it's loving, it's feeling, it's emotion, right? This is the feminine's role, is to carry these types of emotions. Whereas the masculine has his role. So we're seeing the High Lady of Love and Compassion. So the masculine's within his heart space, he's feeling a lot of love and compassion towards himself, and because he's feeling it towards himself, he's also feeling it for others, animal and human, around him. He has forgiven himself. He's not in the process of forgiving himself for his past and his wrongdoings and his misgivings and his mistakes, etc. He's already done it. We saw him doing that a couple of months ago. He's done it. He's forgiven himself. He's forgiven others. He's forgiven all of the shit storms and drama that's gone on in his life. He's washed his hands of it now. He's drawn a line under it. And because he has done this, he is now able to love himself wholeheartedly, right? It's just not possible to love yourself 100% if you are carrying around any kind of trauma or bullshit from the past. And we can see that for, obviously this is not an individual that we're looking at, this is the collective that we're reading. There's going to be, obviously, individuals out there, divine masculines, who have not done that, right? But what we can see collectively is the masculines are on track to this. They are doing this. They have done this, right? There's going to be different people in different individuals in different situations. I absolutely acknowledge that. But this isn't an individual reading. We're looking at this collectively. So the collective energy, this is where the masculine is at. So let's have a look at the feminine. Let's see what the feminine's doing. If I could shuffle, that would be great. Oh, yes, right. I don't have tea today. I have a glass of fresh cold water, and it's amazing. It's just so hot today. So hot. Like, hella heat wave. But I'm very happy about it because we had 1 week of summer. Like, literally a week of heat wave, proper summer. And then it gave way to, like, gloomy, cloudy rain for the last month and a half. Like, for the last 6 weeks, it's just been not summer, even though it's July, middle of July. But yesterday heat wave started again. I'm very, very happy about this. I actually have a tan line from wearing my bikini yesterday. It's amazing. Anyway, so divine feminine within her heart space, we have Milky Way perspective. Okay, so yeah, we've been watching over the last couple of weeks the Divine Feminine Collective surrendering. She's been surrendering to a follower role. Get rid of this crease, get out. We've been watching her accepting herself and focusing more on herself and less on her masculine. The feminines have been, certainly the feminines in separation, have been really clinging on to their masculine, right? They've been looking at his social media. They've been, if they've not been in contact with him, they've been watching him, over the internet. They've been just like hardcore focusing on him. When's he coming back? Like, if I do all of these things, then he'll come back, and it's not healthy, right? And the feminine over the last few weeks has come to understand this, which is awesome. Because the masculine, he's been focusing completely on himself. He's not been thinking about his feminine. I mean, maybe, okay, that's a lie. Maybe he's been thinking about her a little bit, either, depending on the individual, either, who is she? I hope I meet her soon. I know I'm not ready, but I hope I meet her because, I want true love and I want to be in union and all that good stuff. But for the most part, he's been thinking, what can I do for me? I'm not happy. How can I fix this? And he's been doing it. And I think I said last week, masculines on the whole, you should be so damn proud of yourselves for all of the effort that you've put in, for the conscious work that you've put in, and my God, is it paying off, right? So, the feminines, we're seeing that she just has a new perspective, and it's this abundant, bright, finding the light in the darkness, exciting, optimistic perspective. She's really grasping her role as follower, and she's feeling powerful because of it. So really good stuff. As each week goes by, we're seeing this more and more from the feminine, which is really, really good news. So we have weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. Okay, so more of the same. We're seeing the feminines just letting go of the leadership role, letting go of, letting go of the past, letting go of things that just no longer concern her. It's the masculine's role now. and she's just really letting it go. She's, you know, letting the weight of the world go. Okay, so we have a few here that have just just spouted out here. So we've got the River Queen. Hang on before I put these down. So we've got the River Queen, flow, letting go, and natural movement. Right, there we go again. We have a queen here. We don't have a princess, you know, a girl. We have a woman, right? We have a queen. This is someone who is, she knows herself, she's powerful, she's in control of herself. We're seeing a woman, not a girl here, right? So the feminine, we're seeing that she's getting really good at this flow, just getting in with the flow of things, just getting with the program, just letting things go. She's getting really, really good at this now, and very, very comfortable with it. Okay, yeah, interestingly, right, we have 4 cards here total from this deck. Okay, we're going to go through them all. I'll try and speed this up a little bit, otherwise we're gonna have to rush the latter part of the reading. Okay, so we have the Dragon's Duel, we have Inner Conflict, Morality, and Conscious Choice. Card number 23, I'm not sure how that's relevant, but I'm being told to point that out. Immediately followed by the Keeper of the Scales, Fairness and Balance, which is the Libra card of this deck. So we're seeing the Dragon's Duel. This inner conflict, I feel like, is the balance is being tipped back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But we're seeing that the feminine is seeking balance, and she's actively working this out. She's been struggling to just surrender to being a follower. Again, watch the last 2 readings if you haven't already. This will make more sense. So we can see that this is still happening, right? This struggle is still happening, but the feminine is aware of it. She's aware of it consciously, and she's taking steps, right? We see here the Chess Queen, trust and strategizing. Okay, so this is the surrender right here, and she is actively working to you know, to fix this, right? These dragons that are just dueling within her, trying to you know, they're like, one of them is the leadership in her and one of them is the follower in her, and they're both vying for like control. She knows which one she needs to be, so she's strategizing, right? And she's seeking that balance. We have another queen here, right? We've got the River Queen and we've got the Chess Queen. So I'm going to put this on top. We have these 2 queens here. I mean, you know, feminines, you are a queen. You are. The masculines, you know, they are kings and you are queens. You absolutely have the capability, the capacity, the ambition, the drive, the energy to be the queen that you are. And we can see here that the energy within your heart space is willing to be that queen. So surrender. You have surrender in your heart to these things, and you're really finding your place. You know, the masculine's place is this, right? Finding himself, is being in a leadership role. The queen, the feminine role is this, being in control of herself, leading herself but following the masculine energy. So let's have a look at mental space. Mental space for the masculine. What's he thinking about? What's he conscious of? What's he working on? What's he strategizing, right? What's he consciously working towards? Beautiful. We have Kundalini. This is a fire card. Now, Kundalini is something that I talk about on my OnlyFans. Hashtag no porn, right? There's no porn on there. Don't get excited. You can find the link to my OnlyFans on Discord. Link to Discord is down in the description below. So join the Discord if you haven't already. Come join our beautiful community. You can find the links to all of my other social media on there, OnlyFans included. We talk about Kundalini a lot. Basically, my OnlyFans is a place where we can freely discuss sacred sexual energy. We can't really discuss that anywhere else because it involves me being extremely candid with my speech. And unfortunately, a lot of the stuff that we talk about conflicts with TOS in a lot of places, especially here on YouTube and Twitch. So we discuss it on OnlyFans because the TOS is basically non-existent and we can talk about whatever we want, however we want. So Kundalini, I will just briefly describe what Kundalini is for those of you who are unaware, and then if you want to dig deeper into it, you want to figure out where your own Kundalini energy lies and how to unlock it all, then come and join OnlyFans. So Kundalini energy resides in the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is the second chakra. It's the orange one, if that helps. The sacral chakra is where your creative energy comes from, and it's also where your sexual energy resides. When you get the feeling that you want to, like you're getting in the mood, right? That's where you feel it physically in your body, right? You feel it where the sacral chakra is. I can't really, I have to be very careful how I word this, right? Because we're on YouTube and I don't want to get told off. But join OnlyFans and I can just describe it very bluntly. If you're unsure where the sacral chakra is, go and just Google it, okay? And it will show you, and then you'll have an aha moment, okay? So Kundalini energy is it's basically your sacred sexual energy. So it's not the sexual energy of just being in the mood and wanting to, remedy that. Kundalini energy is the spiritual within your sacred sexual energy, right? So Kundalini energy, when used correctly, you can manifest instantaneously. You can manifest things within the physical reality, like immediately. It's crazy. It's beyond crazy. I work with Kundalini energy regularly, and honestly, I'm living my dream, right? Anything that I desire, just boom, there it is. And it's incredible, and I can't sing its praises enough. Now, the masculine is, so we can see here, right, the Divine Masculine collective is consciously either working with Kundalini energy, or we're seeing this card because he is thinking about his desires and how to get them. Kundalini is like the shortcut way. It's like the fast track way of receiving what you desire. I say fast track. I'm gonna retract what I just said there. I referred to it as being a shortcut. I retract that actually on second thought, because the masculine is not looking for shortcuts, because he understands that when he puts the work in, when he works smart, not hard, he gets results that are just beyond his wildest dreams. And that's exactly what's going on here within his mental space, right? He's thinking about what he desires, and he's thinking about receiving his desires in the most abundant way possible. In some individual cases, he is actually actively seeking out information about Kundalini energy and how to work with Kundalini energy so that he can receive, his abundance. It depends on the individual, but generally speaking, within mental space for the Divine Masculine collective, He's thinking about his desires. He's working on them. He's also surrendering to them, right? Because that's a large part of working with Kundalini energy. It's not really putting pen to paper and going, right, I'm going to do this in the physical reality, and then I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to talk to this person, I'm going to do that thing, I'm going to set up this thing, I'm going to, it's not really about having a game plan. It's surrendering the game plan to spirit, right? To the divine. It's not your job to decide how you will receive something. It's your job, and the masculine is understanding this, because this is the energy that he is residing in within his mental space, that it's his job, it's your job, it's everyone's job, right, here on earth, to decide what it is that you want and to amplify that within your energy. Because when you do that, you're sending that signal, you're communicating your desire to spirit, and then spirit goes, oh shit, the reality that this person's living in right now doesn't align with what they're thinking about. It doesn't align with how they feel about themselves and what they desire. So I better fix that, right? I better move that into alignment. Spirit has no control over what you're thinking, so spirit can't move you into alignment with your environment. The only freedom it has is to move your environment into alignment with you. And spirit is constantly seeking balance and reflection. This is important to understand when it comes to manifestation, that spirit works on the premise of balance and reflection. So your physical environment will always reflect the energy that you reside in. You have complete control over the energy that you reside in. You have no control over your physical environment. And as soon as you surrender that truth, and you surrender, to that truth, then you start to manifest all kinds of crazy shenanigans, and it's amazing. Seriously, I am living proof of this, right? So I am so happy to see that the masculine is residing in this beautiful, abundant Kundalini conscious energy. He gets it, right? He really gets it. He is surrendering to his natural born power to manifest. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So, before I move on, I will say, right, I know we're here for Twin Flame Tuesday, we're not here for Light Manifestation Monday or whatever, right? We're not here to talk about manifestation necessarily. But we do talk about this on Twitch, so just put that out there, if you want more information on that. But what I will say is, because spirit works on, I'm just going to finish the thought, right? Because spirit works on the premise of balance and reflection, if you're looking to manifest your ideal reality, I mean, who isn't? You start residing in this energy of, this is what I want my end result to be. This is who I want to be. This is where I want to be. This is what I want to be doing. This is what I want my life to look like. This is what my daily routine is going to look like. This is what I want. This is what I desire. And you live in that reality, not physically speaking, but mentally speaking and energetically speaking. And don't think about the how. It's not your job, right? I know I just said this a minute ago. I'm going to reiterate that. It's not your job. It's not your role. Your job is to decide what it is that you want, and it's spirit's role and job to align your physical reality to what you are and what state you are in. So this is the key to manifestation right there. Okay, so let's see what else we have for the masculine within his mental space. I have this beautiful Kundalini. Don't you just fucking love it when that happens? Surrender to the divine. Full moon. I mean, I don't need to say any more. I just don't. Incredible. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Divine, so much. Thank you. Okay, so let's have a look at what the feminine is doing within her mental space then. Let's see. What's the feminine conscious of? What's the feminine working on? Intuition. Beautiful. Now, we are currently retrograde. Neptune is in retrograde in Pisces. I did do a reading for it. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. It's very interesting. We're in this retrograde until December 5th, 6th, something around then. Can't remember off the top of my head. December regardless. So we've got another, good handful of months left of this very powerful retrograde. Go and watch the reading if you haven't, because it will make a lot of sense as to why you've been having such vivid dreams, why feminines in particular, it's affecting everybody the same across the board, but for feminines in particular, girl, your intuition is on fire, and this is Neptune is amplifying that right now for you, for us, for everyone, but for you, feminines. So we are seeing here within the Divine Feminine Collective that she is aware. She is very, very aware that she is, being very intuitive about things. She just knows things, and she can't explain why or how she knows them. Yeah, right. I was just holding the deck like this and sort of gesturing like this as I was talking, and I just did this, and this card was right here. So there we go. Right, intuition for the Divine Feminine, absolutely amplified by Neptune. But regardless as to why, right, it's there. Feminines, you just know when someone's gonna call you. You walk into a room and you read that room like just instantly. You are feeling so many things. You're very aware as to whether those emotions are your own or if they're coming from other people. You feel what other people feel. Your empathy is off the chart. So feminines, I will just put this out there, but if you're considering moving into a new line of work that involves, tarot reading oracle cards, doing what I do, or like counseling, therapy, psychology, things of this sort of nature, life coaching, that kind of stuff, fucking do it, right? Do it now. Stop sitting on it. Stop humming and ahhing about it. You've been thinking about it for a while. Just go do it, girl. Your intuition is so off the chart right now that you are, this is the best time to learn those kinds of crafts, because you're going to be so accurate at it, and you're going to learn and get into the swing of it. So when this intuition kind of isn't being boosted by Neptune retrograde, so next year when it's not being boosted, you're still going to retain that level of intuition that you're experiencing right now, because you would have learned it. It's brain training, it's DNA training, it's soul training, and Neptune in retrograde in Pisces in particular is definitely giving you a gigantic helping hand with that kind of stuff. So if you're thinking about buying a tarot deck and you're just thinking about dabbling in it, it interests you, do it. Go buy that deck. Start reading for yourself. Start reading for your friends. Do it, okay? Just do it. Now is absolutely the best time. So let's draw a Moonology card then, for the feminine within, for mental space, and just see if there's anything else going on in there. Okay, beautiful. Right, so we have more of this balancing energy, right? We've seen so much balancing energy going on here for the feminine. There's more of it here in mental space. New moon in Libra. So new moon, this is new beginnings. This is a fresh phase for you, ladies. A new romantic cycle begins now. This could be taken literally that a lot of the feminines are going to strike up relationships with people who are romantic relationships with people who are not your divine masculine, who are not your twin. Could be this. Now I feel that, let's just focus on that for a moment. For those of you who are striking up these relationships with someone who is not your divine masculine, who is not your twin flame, these are likely to be karmic relationships. They probably won't last, right? I'm not trying to poo-poo things here. I'm not trying to like be a negative Nancy, you know. I'm just reading the energy, right? I'm just channeling the energy, okay? Don't shoot the messenger. These are relationships that you will have something to learn from, but they won't last. They won't last forever because they're not your twin and they're not your soulmate. They're your karmic. We experience many karmic relationships. They can be friendships. They can be relationships and bonds within family members. They're not always romantic. They can be romantic, but they're not always romantic. These are relationships that end. These are relationships that you learn a lot about yourself from, and they are necessary. Like they are phases of life that is necessary to experience with a certain person, because then you learn certain things and you experience things in a particular way because of their influence, right? This is the karmic relationship right here. They don't last because you come together and you learn what you're meant to learn, and then when that lesson has ended, so does the relationship, because the you know, it doesn't have a purpose anymore. It doesn't mean that the love between you wasn't real. Absolutely, you know, the love has to be real, otherwise you won't learn the things that you're meant to learn, right? So it's okay to surrender to a karmic relationship, even if you know it's not going to last. I know that can be difficult for some people because you're looking for forever, but, you know, newsflash, nothing is permanent in this life, including your own life, right? You're not permanent. I mean, you are, but your body isn't, and this lifetime that you're living isn't permanent, so why the hell should, you know, relationships be permanent, you know? The only thing that's really permanent is you and your twin and the bond that you have, but the relationship that you might have within this physical reality is also not permanent. So, you know, let's just surrender to that truth. It will make things so much easier for you in this lifetime, just knowing that nothing's permanent and everything has a reason and a purpose, right? So for those feminines who are getting into new romantic relationships, they are karmic relationships. They won't last, but you know, they might last a couple of months. They might last a couple of years. They might last 20 years, right? It depends on how long it takes you to learn the lesson to come from it, and you might be looking for the lesson, right? But if you're looking for it, you're probably not going to find it. You just need to surrender to that relationship. Just surrender to that person. Just hand yourself over to the divine and trust that this person and this bond that you have just suddenly struck up with this person, there is absolutely a reason and a purpose for it. And the only way to soak up the benefits of that is to surrender to it. So just go with the flow, you know, let it go, right? Just go with the flow, be that beautiful queen that you are, and just flow with whatever this relationship is, whether it starts romantic but it ends up being friends, or it starts friends and it ends up being romantic, or you just suddenly bonded with your cousin for the first time, right? And yet you're grown, and you never really spent much time with each other, but you know, you just suddenly struck up this like amazing relationship with your cousin, or with your sibling, or with a parent, or an uncle, or an aunt, or a grandparent, or whatever, right? It doesn't matter who this person is to you. This is new relationships right here. Could be romantic, might not be. Just flow with it, okay? It's karmic. There's things to be learned from it. So going back to, you know, let's anchor ourselves in this reading for a moment. So the feminine intuition is on fire. She's just so consciously aware of her feminine wiles, right? She's feeling sexy, she's feeling abundant, she's feeling rooted in her body, she's feeling grateful, she's feeling beautiful. She's starting to feel really confident in her own skin. Again, ladies, I'm just going to put it out there, but come and join my OnlyFans, right? Because this journey I've just described, I'm experiencing my own physical journey of feeling more comfortable in my own skin, feeling more confident, sexy, beautiful. And you know, a large part of my OnlyFans journey is me sharing that journey with you, and hopefully, you know, inspiring you to be more confident in your own body. We don't get to choose our bodies, but we do get to choose what we do with them whilst we're in them. And confidence is the key to success. It's the key to manifestation within this reality. It's so important to love your body and to find positive ways to use our vessel to our advantage whilst we're in them. So, you know, there's lots of body positive content over on OnlyFans. If you're feeling ugly, dissatisfied, you unhealthy, you want to feel the way I've just described, but you just don't know how to do it, come and join OnlyFans, even if it's just for a month, right? Come and just be a little octopus and just soak up all of the information there. And come and join me for OnlyFans live streams as well, where we talk about this stuff in great depth and detail. So just putting that out there. The link to my OnlyFans is in Discord, and again, there is no porn over there at all. It's just body positive content. I know a lot of people go, oh, OnlyFans, oh well, obviously you're waving your booty around. No, I'm not, and if I am, it's just in a body positive way. You know, it's not in an untoward or smutty way at all. Anyway, so let's see what the divine masculine is up to in his physical space. Let's yes, let's use this deck. Okay, so divine masculine within his physical space, we have staff, stability. Okay, so we've seen this over the weeks, that the masculine is just kind of keeping things ticking over in his physical reality. He is very stable in his physical space. He's done a lot of purging. He's done a lot of releasing people, situations, stuff and things. He's literally cleaned his home out and thrown out a whole bunch of stuff that he doesn't use anymore. That includes people, right? There's people and relationships that have he's just felt, they're stagnant relationships. It's like, why do I keep this person around? Why do I hang out with this person? They just make me feel really shit about myself. He's not in contact with those people anymore. He's done all of that stuff. We've seen him doing this over the last few months. Purging, like hardcore purging. So now, we see this wizard holding this staff, like very firmly, planted on the ground. This energy is very grounding. The masculine's very much in control of his physical reality now. and he's very firmly the creator of his own reality. The staff is a magical instrument that helps a wizard to manifest at will. And so we see the masculine is holding his staff. He is in control of his reality. He's in control of what he manifests and what he wishes to manifest. And we're seeing this very grounding stability. I feel like this is really like Taurus energy. I feel this real deep set Taurus energy, which is stability, really. Taurus represents stability within the physical space, being an earth sign. So beautiful, really beautiful energy that the masculine's residing in there in his physical space. Let's see if there's anything that he's working on in the physical reality. Beautiful. So we've got the High Lord of Gratitude and Service, selflessness, humility, and conscious action. So this is gratitude. We're seeing a Tibetan monk here holding the lotus flower. This is gratitude. We also see a hawk sitting here in the background. This is enlightenment. This is representative of communication to the divine, connectedness to the divine. So the masculine, when we see this card here, and we've previously seen the Kundalini card there for, within his mental space. Oh my God, he is so connected to the divine. He is so in surrender to the divine. He is so grateful. He's so grateful for his life. He's so humble. He's just in this such a beautiful state of surrender and humility and gratitude, not unlike that of a monk. A monk spends his days in peaceful, meditative practice of humility and gratitude for his life. He knows his place in reality. He knows himself. He knows his relationship with the divine. The masculine is in this energy, and I I feel like I'm just like gushing this gratitude from me to the masculine collective, because the masculines are leading the feminines, and my God, the feminines need this, right? They need this in a leader, because the feminines, when the feminines were leading and were in the leadership role, she wasn't leading from this kind of energy. She was leading from a fiery warrior goddess kind of energy. And that was needed, right? That was needed at the time. What the feminines need now is to be led by this very quiet, gentle, abundant, grateful, humble energy. It's so connected to the divine. It's just so beautiful. I really hope that you can feel through my energy right now, through this reading, through this video, that energy, because it is so divinely beautiful. This is the kind of energy that the kind of feeling that you experience when you meditate and you truly surrender to that meditation. It's just so wonderful. So masculines are there is so much potential here. I actually feel so excited for next week's reading, because I feel that over the course of the next 7 days, this is going to morph into something. This is the beginning right here. This is the beginning. Oh my goodness. I am so excited. Are you guys excited? I am so excited. Okay, so let's see what the feminine's up to then within her physical space. And then we're going to wrap up the reading because we're really approaching that time. Okay. So we have boundaries. We have athame. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Boundaries. And it's funny, isn't it, that I was just talking about that warrior goddess fiery energy. We have a sword. We have fire. We have that warrior energy right there. So the feminine, the feminine is always going to carry that energy within her because that's part of what it is to be divine feminine. She's always going to carry that. She's always going to be a warrior goddess, always. And I'm smiling so much about it because it's just, it's the best energy, right? Is you can put the feminine in any setting and she's always going to exude that warrior queen energy, and it's so necessary to be carrying that energy within. Just right now, for the whole collective, it's not necessary to lead by that energy. That's all. The energy that we've just looked at, that the masculine resides in, he always carries that energy, but now he's leading with that energy. This is the only difference. So the feminine within her physical space, then, she's going to war in her physical reality as this warrior goddess, this warrior queen. I say she's going to war because she's feeling, her intuition. She's surrendering to being in a follower role, and now I feel like she's like, right, what needs to be done in my physical space? Like, I feel like there's a bit of this going on where she's looking at her physical reality, she's looking at her life, she's looking at the people in it, she's looking at her daily routine, and she's like, right, I'm not fucking happy about this, and I'm gonna fucking do something about it. And she's, wielding her fiery sword, and she's like Xena, warrior princess, right? And she's just powerfully swinging this sword around, she's cutting down what no longer serves her. She's doing exactly what I've just described that the masculine has already done. She's purging. She is hardcore purging right now. And she's in alignment with the masculine in this way because the masculine's leading, so she is following. She is doing as the masculine has already done. She's purging people, stuff, things, routines, jobs, situations that no longer serve her. If they're causing her any kind of grief, drama, pain, she's getting rid of it. She's axing it. It's done. She's cutting it down. She's swinging that powerful, fiery, very precise sword. There's nothing reckless in her action here. It's not like she's running onto the battlefield with this roar and she's just swinging her sword around and just hoping that she hits something. No. She knows exactly what she's doing. She is very precise and very accurate in her movements here on the battlefield. And she is... she's hitting her mark. I have a feeling I know exactly what card is going to come out here. She's hitting the mark every time. She's identifying where these issues are in her physical reality, and she's just going in there and getting rid of it. Oh, fucking yes. Don't we just love it when this card comes up? We have the Sacred Union, partnership and romance. Okay, so I did just say it. The feminine is in alignment with the masculine. If the feminine's in alignment with the masculine, then the masculine is in alignment with the feminine. It's a reflection. It's always a reflection. If one is doing one thing, then the other is doing the same. So we're seeing again that the feminine, through her surrender and through her balance seeking, and through following the masculine in doing what he has already done, union is very much on the horizon. It's very possible. Feminines, don't be deterred by this. Also masculines, don't be deterred by this right here. Just because the feminines are getting into a couple of karmic relationships, okay, she's getting ready for you, boys. She's getting ready for you. She needs to experience, and ladies, you need to experience certain lessons in order to be ready for union. You are on track for union, both of you. You're on track for union. There's just certain things that need to happen before union can happen, and one of those things is the feminines need to experience a karmic. Okay, don't be thrown by it. Don't be upset by it. Don't ladies, don't say to yourself, oh, there's someone who's just presented themselves to me, probably a karmic, not my twin. Okay, no thank you, bye. No. This is not going with the flow, okay? You need to open your arms, your heart, whatever, wholeheartedly to this, because it's necessary. You need to trust and surrender. Just because someone's showing up who isn't your twin doesn't mean that they're not meant for you. It does mean that they're not meant for you forever, but it doesn't mean that they're not meant for you now. If it's happening right now, you've got to trust the divine. The divine only brings you people that you need in the moment. So please remember this on both sides, masculines and feminines. Please remember this, okay? Masculines who are looking for union, and you know, you feel you're starting to feel ready, right? You're really starting to feel ready for union. Just because you're seeing your twin getting into a relationship with someone else, she's getting ready for you. Ultimately, she's getting ready for you, okay? So don't be moping and thinking, oh shit, she's not, you know, she's getting into it with someone else, that means I don't have a chance, and that means I've got to wait longer, blah, blah, blah. Right? It's not a negative thing, okay? It's really not. It's a very, very positive thing. She's getting ready for you, and while she's getting ready for you, you can continue to get ready for her. If she's getting into something with somebody else, that's because she's not ready for you, and you're also not ready for her. Because again, it's a reflection. It works both ways. So take your cue from one another. If you're not, you know, if you're in separation, you're not with each other right now, it's because you're not fucking meant to be. It's because you're not ready. You're not ready, and they're not ready. So take a look at what you can be doing for yourself to be ready. If things outside of yourself, you know, is in separation, it's because things inside of yourself is in separation. Again, it's a reflection. It's a reflection on yourself. What they're doing is what you're doing, is what's happening within you. So the way to really bring about union consciously, if you want to manifest union, both parties need to be doing the same thing, and both parties need to be looking within and seeing, where's the union within? How do I unite my own divine masculine and feminine energies? Because I tell you what, as soon as you do that, then you're ready. And then your twin will just fall in your lap, and union will happen. And you'll get married and have babies and live forever, happily ever after. So I will leave it there. I hope you guys find you know, clarity and something positive to take from this read. You know, check out the other readings that I do week on week. There's a whole playlist for them, and don't forget to subscribe. It really helps me out. As soon as we hit 100 subscribers, we can we can change the URL for this channel to youtube.com/AliceStarlerChan instead of the nightmare just bunch of code that it currently is. So do subscribe. You know, I know everyone says this and it irritates me when I watch videos, but I'm just saying, right? Just saying that there's a whole bunch of you who watch my videos who aren't subscribed, and you know, it like help a girl out, you know, help a girl out. and I'll help you out, and I'll keep bringing you these videos, and bitch slap the bell right in the face so that you get notified as soon as a new video comes out. And you know, in the Discord, come join our community. I'm not trying to shamelessly plug myself here, but you know, it came to my attention that there's so many things that I do that that people are asking me for, and I already do them and they don't know about them, right? So I'm just putting it out there. There's like this part, there's like a members section of the Discord where we have weekly movie nights, and you guys get access to all of my YouTube content 24 hours before it goes public. That members area is called the Cosmic Clan, and if you join Patreon, then you can be a member of the Cosmic Clan and reap all of these beautiful benefits over in the Discord and within our community. So, you know, if you want to know what other content I create and all that wonderful stuff, come and join the Discord. The link is in the description below. Whenever I create any kind of content on any platform, I always post it in the Discord. You're not going to hear about it in other places necessarily. So if you're interested in other stuff that I do, and you want to join me on other adventures, then Discord is where you need to be. Come join our beautiful community. Not only that, but you know, it's a wonderful community. You can come and hang out with me and the other members in voice calls almost every day. And you know, we shoot the breeze as well as talking about spiritual things. You can come and ask me your questions if you want. You can book private readings with me if you want private readings. But you know, it's just a very beautifully abundant community, lots of like-minded souls. We're all there to #elevate everyone, and it's just a really beautiful, fun, uplifting place to be. I couldn't hope for you know, a more wonderful community. I really couldn't. I'm humbled every day by the people in this community. It's just such a loving, uplifting community, and I've never known a community like it. So thank you everybody for making this the community that it is. And I'll shut up now and I'll let you get on with your week. But you know, leave a comment if you enjoyed this reading, and if you know, there's anything that resonated, then share it with me. You know, I don't know what kind of impact these readings have on you unless you tell me. So so subscribe, bitch slap the bell, all that good stuff. Leave a comment, and remember that you are important, and you are worthy, and you are deserving of all the things that you desire. And I will see you guys in the next one.